Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So first of all, I am starting out with this set using VIP 7 from Blue Sky. It's a beautiful glittery blue. I'm just using this as a base because I am going to be adding a loose glitter on top, but I just thought I'd use this because then if you don't have like a lot of loose glitters, or you don't want to use loose glitter because I know some people really don't like it because it's messy and stuff, then you can just literally use this. Well, not this colour, but you can just use the sparkly blue basically. This is a beautiful one. So I'm just going to pop that in the lamp, and then I'm going to be using this really stunning glitter from Sparkle Supplies UK, and it is called Blue Lagoon, and it is just beautiful blue glitter. It's just a really fine one, but it's absolutely stunning. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. I saw it in my drawer a second ago, and I just thought, you know what? I need to figure out some sort of design to do with that because it is just beautiful. And I did mention in a different video that I was going to be doing a video dedicated to snowflakes basically and how to do them with a dotting tool and stuff. So I'm going to do that, even though you've saw me do them already, but it's a different type of video because we've got a different base and stuff like that. So, you know, it's fine. So we're also going to be using Tia's Beauty Silver Stars in this set as well. So we're going to be doing this in the tacky layer of this blue sky colour, and then we're going to be doing some stars embedded in that, and then we're going to paint some snowflakes on top. So for this nail, it's been in the lamp for 30 seconds. I'm now going to use my tubby brush from Tia's Beauty, sorry, and it is absolutely beautiful. So we're going to go in with that. It's such a good brush, like it's so easy to use. And we're just going to pat the glitter into this blue. I've chose a blue that's relatively similar to the blue glitter that I'm using, because then if there is any gaps in it that I don't get on there, like if there's any parts where I miss or anything, it's not going to be a problem because there's blue underneath, so it won't look strange. So I'm just making sure that that's everywhere I need it, and then brushing off the excess. You also want to make sure that your brush is like really loaded with glitter, because if you keep tapping the nail where the tacky layer is without any glitter on your brush, you're going to end up like losing your tacky layer, and it's going to be a nightmare. So you really want to pick some up, place it on, pick some up, place it on, or scoop some up and put it all over the nail, then burnish it in like I am now. Otherwise, if you keep touching the tacky layer without any glitter on your brush and then you go to put some on after, it's not going to be tacky enough for your glitter to stick. So once I've done that, I'm going to pop it back in the lamp for 30 seconds just to make sure that it is fully cured, while I have a little tidy up of this glitter. And then, as I said, we're going to be popping some of these on. So we're going to put a layer of a clear gel. So you could use base coat, you could use a tacky top coat, you could use a clear builder gel. It's totally up to you what you want to use. I'm just going to use base coat because it's nice and easy, and then we'll pop another layer of base coat over the top, and then we can do what we want to do on top of that, because we don't want to paint directly on top of these silver stars. So I'm just going to pop some in the lid, ready to use. And then once this nail is out of the lamp, let's zoom in a little bit. It's absolutely beautiful. I really love this blue glitter. I don't think I've used it before, and I don't know how because it's just stunning, but it just caught my eye when I went in my drawer to put a glitter back from another video that I've just filmed. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to use that because it is really beautiful. So I'm just popping a real like thin, obviously like base coat is always applied thin. I'm just popping a layer of thin base coat. You could always use a rubber top coat for this stage as well because they're quite thick. Rubber base coat, did I say, or top coat? I don't know, I meant base coat, but anything with a tacky layer is fine. So now I'm just going to pick up some stars and just place those randomly in the nail. They don't have to go anywhere in particular because I'm going to be painting over them anyway, so I'm probably going to cover up some that I put on, which obviously is not a problem. That's why I'm just making sure that I get enough on there so there is at least one that I can see that I don't paint over. Oh, there's two there. I don't know why I'm using this silicone tool. I don't usually use these, but it's fine. So once I've done that, I'm also going to go in with some of Tia's Beauty Orion Flakes. Orion, I don't know. One of those. I'm going to go in with those anyway, and I'm going to place those on the nail. And I'm going to use a different brush for this though, because that silicone tool is not ideal. So I'm just going to pick some up and just place them randomly within this blue. They're absolutely beautiful. They are so sparkly. I've just used them in the video that I finished filming, which is why I want to use them, because I just sat next to me on my desk, so I thought I might as well get them involved in these as well, because they're just stunning. If you haven't got these, then you should, because they are beautiful. And also use 10% off code as well, because then they're not going to be as much. Although they are priced brilliantly already, as is everything that Tia sell. So that's that. I've placed some random bits of glitter. sure if you can see it yet, but we're going to pop that in the lamp. So I'm just turning it to the side first to make sure everything is as flat as it can be. So I'm just going to push into everything that's sticking up a little bit just to make sure that it is as flat as it can be. And then it means that the next coat of gel won't have as much to sort of do, because everything will be relatively flat. And then once I'm happy, I'm going to pop that in the lamp. Once that is fully cured, I'm then going to pop another coat of base coat. I am using quite a thin base coat, by the way, whereas like I mentioned, if you do use a rubber base, it will cover a lot easier. But I am using quite a thin one. It's from Blue Sky, so I'm just making sure, obviously, before I put it in the lamp, that everything was as flat as it could be. Just so then, now it comes to this stage, and if you can tell, it's all relatively flat now. I've put another coat over. There is a couple of bits like sticking up here and there and stuff, but it doesn't matter. It's not make or break. I just want it to be relatively flat. So I'm just going to put the lid on these. I am only doing one nail in this video. I usually do 5, but I just want to focus on like this one technique instead of doing 5 different ones. So, and I don't want it to be a really long video. I want to have some like short videos and some long on my channel, because the majority of them are like really long, and I get that not everyone's into like really long videos. So I am trying to be more like open to the idea of doing short videos. I always get it in my head like, oh, this video is only like 5 minutes long, that's not long enough, but actually some people might really like a 5-minute video, so I'm trying to do a mixture of the two. So I'm just going to wait for that to cure in the lamp, and then we can move on to the next step, which is going to be doing snowflakes. I'm going to be doing snowflakes in white, just because I think they look really effective in white. So I'm going to be doing them with Magpie's white gel paint, which is, hold on a sec, here. I'm actually running out, I need to get some more, but haven't ordered from Magpie for absolutely ages. So I'm just going to wipe off the tacky layer from this. I just find it much easier to do nail art on a non-tacky like nail. So I've just wiped it off with a bit of acetone. That's all I was doing off camera. It's quite similar to the blue that I'm wearing, to be fair. So anyway, I'm going to get this, and then I'm just going to get my palette back from the last design that I just did. I'm going to get a dotting tool, and all you're going to need to do this design is a dotting tool and a liner brush of some sort, like with a point, basically. Just going to make sure it's nice and clean, because obviously it's got my flakes on it. I don't want those in this step. So I'm just cleaning it off on a lint-free pad next to me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of white in my brush, but really, when I mean a little bit, like I mean a little bit, I want my brush to be like, let me show you what I'm doing here. I want my brush to have it all the way through the bristles, but I don't want it to be really like full of colour. So I'm just like scraping off the excess. So it's really, really thin. There's hardly any on there. So we're going to go in with the dotting tool, first of all. And we're going to do one dot, which is going to be our middle dot. So that's going to be my mid dot. We're going to work this snowflake around this dot. And we're going to do 2 below the dot that I've just done. You can do the dots as close to each other as far away as you want. It's totally up to you. And then we're going to do one to the right, and then one to the right of that. So basically your middle dot, you need two above it, 2 below it, 2 either side of it. So I'm just doing that first. So that's what it will look like. And then I'm also going to do dots down here now. So you want to make like a square in the middle now. So we're doing there, here, here. That wasn't a big enough dot. I'm just going to get a bit more on my brush, on my dotting tool even. So the main reason you don't need a lot of polish on your brush is that your polish is going to be on your tool, obviously, and you're going to be dotting that onto the nail, and then you'll use those dots like as your product. So it's like their little palette, and you're just going to use them. So again, not a lot on my brush at all, and I'm just going to go straight into those dots now with my brush. And I'm going to start from the middle every time, and I'm going to pull through every single line of dots, just like that. And then every time I do it, I'm going to wipe off my brush to make sure I've got less product on there again, because we don't need a build up. And I'm doing that through every one. And then once we've done all 4 of those, we're then going to go into these little ones, just pull through those. You just want to pull through so you get a little point after the dot. Okay. And that is literally it. Super, super easy snowflake. So I'm going to do another one down here, just so you can do it again. And then this is going to be like a half one because it's going to be coming off the nail. So this is going to be my middle dot. So obviously we can't fit the 2 below it, so we don't need to do those. But we can do 2 above. And we can do 2 to the left. And then we can get this one, which would form part of our square if there was one down here. And then we've got the one that we can do between those 2. And one over here just about fits on as well. So once we've done that, again, making sure there's hardly any product on my brush. And then I'm going to pull through at every angle. Wiping my brush every now and then to make sure there's not too much build up on there. And then back around here, we've got a diagonal one there, one straight across, and one through there. And that is it. And then I'm just going to pop a few white dots around there. Not too many because we've got a lot going on in this nail already. Just to give it a little bit more texture, different colours and stuff. She says not too many now, I'm sticking on as many as I can get on there. Story of my life, that is. There we go, so that's that nail done. So I'm just going to pop this in the lamp now and then we can top coat. Obviously what could look really effective as well is if I'd matte top coated the glitter underneath and then done the snowflakes on top, that could look really cool as well. Like you can play around with this, it's really, really good. And that's the good thing about Magpie's gel paints being tack free, is they don't have to be top coated. That is one reason why I really love them. They don't need to be top coated, so you can use them on top of a finished nail, which is brilliant. And then obviously that means you can have your velvet or matte base underneath, and then you can do a shiny one on top, which is really effective. So I'm just going to wait for that to come out of the lamp, and while I'm doing that I'm just going to have a quick tidy up, and then we can have a look what it looks like when it comes out when it's been top coated. Okay, so that's that nail done, which means so is this video. That is how I do my snowflakes if people don't want them stamped or anything, or like I said, if someone wants a base coat, like the base colour to be matte and then snowflakes on top, I'd usually do them like this. It's super, super quick. It's the best way that I've found to do snowflakes. Doesn't take a lot of time, and obviously that's one thing we don't have a lot of as nail techs during Christmas time, so they are perfect for that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.